The silent deft. Have you ever sat in a quiet room, watched the sun set, and suddenly realized that another day is gone? It's a heavy feeling. We look at our calendars and see that it's already the middle of the year or that another birthday has passed. But we don't feel older. We just feel confused. Where did the time go? When we were children, time was an ocean. A single summer afternoon felt like a decade of adventures. The wait for Christmas was almost unbearable because it felt so far away. But now, as adults, we blink and it's New Year's Eve again. We are living in a world where time seems to be accelerating. Is the Earth spinning faster? Is the universe collapsing? No. The clock on your wall is ticking at the exact same speed as it did when you were 5 years old. The change isn't in the clock. The change is in your mind. Today, we are going to explore the deep reasons why this happens. We will look at the math, the biology, and the digital traps of our modern life. More importantly, we will learn how to grab the reins of time and make our lives feel long and meaningful again. The mathematics of the soul. To start with, let's take a simple mathematical concept called the proportional theory. It sounds technical, but it's actually very easy to understand. Imagine you are a 5-year-old child. To you, 1 year represents 20% of your entire life. It is a massive piece of your history. Everything you know and remember is contained in those few years. Because that year is such a large percentage of your existence, your brain perceives it as a long, significant period. Now, look at yourself at age 50. To a 50-year-old, 1 year is only 2% of their life. It's just a small drop in a very large bucket. Your brain, being the efficient machine that it is, compares this new year to the 49 years that came before it. And in that comparison, the current year feels insignificant. It feels short. But there's more to it than just math. It's about how we save our life in our memory. Think of your memory like a photo album. When you were young, every page is full of vibrant, detailed photos because everything is a first. The first time you saw the ocean, the first time you felt a heartbreak, the first time you drove a car. Because these events are new, your brain records them in high definition. As an adult, we stop having firsts. We have hundreds. The 100th time we go to work. The 1,000th time we cook dinner. Our brain thinks, I've seen this before. I don't need to save this photo. So it leaves the pages of your album blank. When you look back at your year and the pages are empty, it feels like no time has passed at all. You are literally deleting your life as you live it because of routine. The digital vacuum and the dopamine loop. Now, let's talk about the biggest time thief of the 21st century, our screens. We live in the era of the infinite scroll. You know the feeling. You sit down on the couch at 8 p.m. just to check one thing on your phone. You start scrolling. You see a cat video, a political argument, a recipe you'll never cook, a photo of someone's vacation. You look up at the clock and it's 10:30 p.m. 2.5 hours have vanished. Where did they go? In the physical world, 2 hours is enough time to walk 5 miles, read several chapters of a book, or have a deep conversation with a friend. But in the digital world, those hours are hollow. When you scroll through social media, your brain is getting tiny hits of dopamine. It's a chemical that makes you feel engaged, but it doesn't help you create memories. Because the content is fast, shallow, and repetitive, your brain doesn't bother to store it. You are experiencing time compression. In the past, people had dead time. You waited for the bus and looked at the trees. You sat in a waiting room and watched the people. During those moments, your brain was idling. This idling is actually when we process our lives. It's when we think about our goals, our mistakes, and our feelings. By filling every single second of dead time with a screen, we are preventing our brains from processing our reality. We are living more minutes, but we are creating fewer memories. This is why your week feels like it went by in a flash. You were there, but you weren't present. You were in the vacuum. The physics of stress and the next trap. There is another reason why time is flying. We are obsessed with the next. Think about your typical day. While you're eating breakfast, are you thinking about the taste of the coffee? No, you're thinking about the 9 a.m. meeting. While you're at the meeting, are you listening to your colleague? No, you're thinking about what you need to buy at the grocery store later. We are constantly living 5 steps ahead of our physical bodies. This creates a state of chronic stress. Physiologically, when we are stressed, our internal clock actually speeds up. Our heart beats faster, our breath is shallow, and our brain is in survival mode. In survival mode, the brain doesn't care about the beauty of the sunset or the feeling of the wind. It only cares about the next task. When your life becomes a never-ending list of tasks, you stop living and start executing. Executions are not memories. If your entire month was just a series of tasks, pay bills, clean house, answer emails, sleep, your brain will summarize that entire month into one single short sentence: I worked. And just like that, 30 days of your life are compressed into a few seconds of memory. We are rushing toward the end of the day, the end of the week, the end of the month, forgetting that the end is just a destination. The time you spent getting there was the actual prize. We are throwing away the gold because we are too focused on the finish line. How to stretch the moment. So, how do we fix this? How do we make the next 25 years feel like a century instead of a weekend? Pause. The answer is simple, but it requires courage. You have to break the machine of routine. First, you must introduce novelty. Do something you are bad at. Learn a new language. Take a different road to work. Eat with your left hand if you are right-handed. When you do something new, your brain wakes up and starts recording in high definition again. You are creating new anchor points in your memory album. Second, you must reclaim your dead time. Put the phone away. When you are waiting for someone, just sit. Look at the world. Let your brain wander. It might feel boring at first, but that boredom is the sound of your life slowing down. Finally, practice being here. When you are with someone you love, really look at them. Notice the color of their eyes, the sound of their laugh. When you eat, taste every bite. Pause. Time is the only thing we can never get back. You cannot earn more minutes. You can only make the minutes you have thicker. The days seem to pass faster because we stopped paying attention. So pay attention. Breathe. Be here. Don't let your life be a compressed file. Make it a masterpiece, frame by frame.